behalf of the JAG students at BEB Middle School, we would like to read you guys this book named Just Big Enough by Mercy Meyer. Every morning on my way to school, I always sit in the same seat on the bus. But this morning, a big kid took my seat. "Excuse me," I said. "You're sitting in my seat." The big kid didn't move. I guess she didn't hear me. At recess, I wanted to play football with the big kids, but they said I couldn't play because I was too small. And at lunch, the big kids took all of the cupcakes. They laughed at me when I said they had to share. They told me the cupcakes were just for them. "I wish I was bigger," I said to my friends. They nodded. "I bet there's a lot of ways to grow," I said. After school, my mom measured me. "How can I make myself grow?" I asked my mom. "Eat your vegetables," she said. "They will make you big and strong." So at dinner, I ate almost all my spinach and a whole bunch of carrots. "Am I bigger yet?" I asked my mom. "Not yet," said Mom. Later, I asked Dad, "What would make me grow?" "It's exercises," he said. So I did jumping jacks, sit-ups, and push-ups, and I ran around and around. After all that exercise, I didn't get any bigger. But sure, I got tired. That night, I couldn't sleep, so I read a comic book, and that was a great idea. The next morning, I asked Dad for some wood and some glue. Mom gave me a tinfoil, and little sister let me have a jar of glitter. "What are you making?" asked little sister. "A growing machine," I said. I worked on that growing machine all morning. When it was finished, I sprinkled a little glitter on it so it sparkled like the ones in the comic book I had read. I made a helmet out of tinfoil. Then I put on my helmet and climbed into the growing machine. I sat in the growing machine all afternoon. I even ate my lunch there.
When it became dark, Dad said it was time to come home. "Did I grow?" I asked. Dad shook his head and said not yet. "Maybe I should sleep in the growing machine," I said. Dad didn't think it was such a good idea. The next day, I went to Grandma and Grandpa's farm. "What's the matter, little critter?" asked Grandpa. I told Grandpa about the big kids and how I was trying to get big too, that I could do all the big things that the big kids did. Grandpa took me out to the meadow. "Look at those two horses," he said. "Which one do you think is the fastest?" "The big one," I said. Grandpa let the big horse and the little horse loose. They started to run across the field. And do you know which one was the fastest? The little one. The next day at school, the big kid said again that I couldn't play football because I was too small. I started to get mad. I challenged you to a relay race. I said, "The big kids against the little kids." The big kids laughed. They said, "Okay." The whole school came to watch the race. And you know what? The little kids won. So I guess sometimes being small is just enough, just big enough.
The end.
I hope you enjoyed the story.
See you next Monday.